Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are creating this look using the James Charles Artistry palette with Morphe. Can we just... I was blown away, and I've already used this palette before I created this look as well. I did one which you might have seen on Instagram using like the blues, the greens, the yellows. So today I want to do something incorporating the pinks and purples, that kind of thing. So literally impressed with this palette. I can't recommend it enough. I'm not going to go on and on and on because I want to get into the tutorial. I kind of talk about this palette as I go and my thoughts and feelings, and then I talk about it a lot at the end of the video, so I'm not going to go on forever, don't worry. But everything that's on my face will be linked in the description box below, including the things that aren't included in this video, such as my foundation, concealer, powder, blah blah blah, everything like that. So everything will be linked in the description box. So I asked you guys on Instagram whether you wanted me to do a look using the James Charles Artistry palette first, or my Juvia's Place Zulu palette look that went up last week-ish, and the James Charles palette won by a mile. So I'll be doing the Zulu palette one soon, but today we are diving into the James Charles and Morphe palette. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. I've used this before, so obviously I put it back in the packaging because we do that for at least 2 weeks after we open something on this channel. Can we just? I kind of want to do something using the pinks and the oranges, and then maybe I want to do kind of like another video creating kind of more of a wearable look, kind of like browns, golds, that kind of thing. So I'm taking the shade Love That on a Zoeva 227, and I'm sure you'll have seen me do this like 100 times before. But I'm just going to place that on the outer corner of my eye and just kind of move it through the crease. Now, I did watch James's video on this, and he did say that some of these shadows are pressed pigments, so they are better to be patted on than actually like blended on, and to use an eyeshadow primer and that kind of thing. I mean, this is the way I do my makeup anyway. I pat all my eyeshadows on. I don't actually like blend my eyeshadows anymore. I just find that it makes a lot of eyeshadow palettes work better this way. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh well, I don't want a palette that comes with instructions and this kind of thing. I want the palette to work the way I want it to. I mean, to get better at doing makeup and that kind of thing, we do need to push ourselves and try out new techniques and try different products that work different ways, and it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. So I think it's really good that James has actually created a palette that does kind of like push people's skill to like better themselves as an artist. So I've just taken that through the crease and I've just packed that colour on, and then I'm just lightly going over the edges, nothing too harsh. I'm literally just tickling the edge of the eyeshadow, and I've just used one colour, still using Love That, still using a Zoeva 227, and I've just popped that, so when I open my eyes you can still kind of see the colour in my crease. Then I'm taking a MAC 217 and the shade Skip, and I'm just going to run that right over the edge of where we put Love That. And this might look kind of messy at first, but all the shades will come together at the end when we do a lot more blending. We just kind of like want to lay the pigment down first, and then we can blend everything together at the end. I think this way you get the best colour payoff, by just like laying your pigments down first and then blending them out. I mean, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you'll know this is the way I do my eyeshadow anyway. I can understand that people probably don't want to try new techniques, but it is good. I mean, before I started doing this, I was kind of like reluctant. You know, you kind of get like stuck in your ways. I mean, we are humans, we're creatures of habit, we do get stuck in our ways a little bit with things, but it's always good to push yourself and try new things. Then I'm taking a MAC 224 and the shade 518, and I'm just running that over the edge of Skip and kind of taking it into my brow a little bit. I haven't used like these kind of colours on my eyes in ages, so I'm super excited to use these. Don't worry, we're going to go in and blend all this again anyway. Just again to lay all the pigments down, and then we're going to blend later. Pigmentation, amazing. Formula, next level. I mean, they're just blending out so nicely. And so now I'm going back in with the Zoeva 227 and the shade Love That again, and I'm just going to buff out the edges and kind of bring that blend back in from Love That. You can kind of lose the colours when you're adding more and blending and building them up. I know everyone slates Morphe, and to be fair, I haven't actually used a lot of Morphe products anyway, but I think their collaborations are really good. I mean, the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow formula, insane. James Charles one, insane. You know, I think they actually do a really good job like with their collaborations. I need to try out some new brush brands because, I mean, a lot of my brushes are like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and a lot of them are MAC ones, and obviously like I feel really bad using like my MAC 224 because it's such an old brush, and I mean they don't do it anymore, they only do the synthetic ones. So if anyone can recommend some good brushes to me, that would be amazing, because I don't really like keep up on brushes. I mean, I kind of have mine from like 5, 6 years ago that I absolutely love and I swear by, but I mean like a lot of the MAC ones, they don't make them anymore, so it's kind of sad. So if you've got any brush recommendations, pop them in the comment section below, because I'd love to know what you guys think is really good and that kind of thing. Maybe I'll do a makeup brush haul. Oh, Rebecca, you don't need to do any more hauls. Now we're going to cut the crease. We're going to cut the crease. Okay, so now I'm taking a MAC 252 and the P. Louise base in the shade number 1. And I'm just going to cut my crease. I don't actually know what shade I'm going to pop on my lid yet. I'm feeling one of like the light gold shades. I feel like that would look really good with this look. I also want to do a video about cutting the crease. I feel like I've got a couple of tips and tricks that I can show you that'll kind of help you when you're cutting the crease. Let me know if you want me to do that. That'll probably be in January because I've got a lot of videos coming in December that I've planned out, so yeah, let me know if you want me to do that. Now, I'm not too bothered that my P. Louise base has gone a little bit pink. I'm really not bothered about that, because I'm going to put like a gold shade over it, and it wants to look a bit pink, then that's fine by me. Why does it take me about 3 years to cut my crease, honestly? When I'm doing cut creases on clients, it literally takes me 2 minutes, but on myself it takes me about 3 years. Okay, so now that it's taken me about half an hour to cut my crease, I'm just going to blend the edges of this P. Louise base into the eyeshadow. It's just going to make it a bit easier for us to like blend the eyeshadow on the outside of the eye into the P. Louise base if we've got like a thinner layer of the base there, and they're kind of already blended together anyway, so just going to tap over the edge of that using a small blending brush. Is this even? Do you know what? It's not, is it? I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I'm not doing it. I've had enough of cutting the crease. So I'm going in with ring light, and I'm just going to press that on the P. Louise base. I'm kind of going to leave this area here. Go right up to the edge, and I'm using the same brush as well because it's already kind of moulded to my eye with the when we cut the crease anyway, so I'm just going to use the same brush. And again, just leaving this outside bit. Then using a pencil brush, I'm just going to take the shade Love That again and just focus it on the outside of the eye, just where that shade meets the P. Louise base. But I'm still leaving a gap between that and ring light because I'm going to add another shade there as well. Then I'm just going to add Skip there and just kind of like tap that on. Tap it on, blend later. And then I'm just going to kind of work ring light and Skip together. Just kind of like press between those two. And then again between Love That and Skip, just going to work those two together. Just very lightly, we don't need to be heavy-handed or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you a little tip to make your cut creases look better. I'm taking an angled brush like this one. This is a Zoeva this is a Zoeva winged liner brush, and I'm going to take the shade Love That. And I'm just going to go above where we cut the crease, and I'm just going to lay that shade down again, and this just kind of helps to add that bit of depth back in that can be lost during the cut crease process. So I'm just going back in using that, take it right to the inner corner as well, and then just take a pencil brush, kind of like a, not a bushy one, a kind of like a small blending brush, not so much a pencil brush, but just kind of like a small blending brush, and just go over the Love That and just kind of like blend that in, and you can see how much of a difference it makes. So that's very interesting. Do you know what? I love this palette. So for the lower lash line, I'm taking a Zoeva. Oh, this is rubbed off. I think 225, 325. It's a Luxe eye blender brush anyway, and I'm taking the shade Love That, and I'm just going to run that along my lower lash line. And to be fair, we haven't had like a lot of fallout either. Did anyone else notice that? No fallout. Okay, so I decided I wanted a little bit more of a bright blue waterline, so I went for the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in Aquatic. See ya. Then I'm going to take the shade 518 again and just run that under where we put Love That. And you know, I take my eyeshadow so low. I think taking my eyeshadow lower on my lower lash line kind of like completes the look a little bit more. I think it just makes it look more dramatic and that kind of thing. Plus it hides all your creases under your eyes, so I'll be doing this till I'm 80, thank you very much. No wrinkles around here. And then back in with the MAC 217, I'm just going to run Skip between Love That and 518. Just to make sure we've still got that neon pink, we haven't forgot about her. I'm taking the shade Ring Light on a little pencil brush and just popping that on my inner corner. Just a little pop on the inner corner there, drag it along my lower lash line. What's new? Okay guys, so I just went off camera and popped some lashes on. These are the Glamify Beauty NYE lashes. Literally love these, can't stop wearing them at the moment. And this is the finished look. I mean, I love it. I'm literally so impressed with this palette. I was the first time when I did my first look using the blues and the greens and the yellows and that kind of thing. But even more so this time round, I literally love this look that I've created today, and I think James did such a good job creating this palette. And it's nice to see in the community as well that this palette is kind of like pushing people to do things that are out of their comfort zone, out of their skill set, and just really try and like push ourselves as artists, and you know, because that's what it's all about, bettering ourselves all the time. I mean, no one is perfect at makeup, but you know, I think it's such a good thing to try new things, try new products, try new techniques and new ways of using products. I mean, like the whole like pressed pigment thing. I mean, I think it's such a good thing to see something new in the industry, and to, I mean, you know, there's so many eyeshadows out in the world, and it's about time that we had something new, because there can't be the same thing forever. There can't be the same way of applying eyeshadows forever, the same products, the same techniques. You know, we need something different. We need something different to keep ourselves going and to keep us like pushing and pushing and pushing ourselves to be the best that we can be. So congratulations to James on this palette. It's literally amazing. Love it so much. You will definitely see me do more looks with this. I think my next look using this will be a little bit more wearable. I want to do two kind of looks with this because I know a lot of people bought the palette, and I think there'll be a lot of colourful looks out there, so I kind of want to do something more wearable for the people who bought the palette but kind of feel like they want to do browns and golds, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to do a look with this doing kind of like a wearable glam, but how to incorporate colour into that. I think some people are kind of scared of colour a little bit, so I'm going to do a couple of videos on how you can bring colour into your makeup routine whilst it's still wearable, that kind of thing. So making it too out there, just kind of like wearable colour, if that makes sense. So I think that'll be a really good video to do as well for those people who want to incorporate colour into their makeup routine, but just don't really know how. So I'll definitely be doing a video on that at some point in the near future, probably January, because my December videos are just, you're not ready, honestly. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Please subscribe, please hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.